Good evening. Thank y'all for subscribing. To all my 50 new subscribers, I appreciate you all for tapping in and subscribing. Tonight, so many people are asking me about an update, and every time I turn around, they're asking me, "Hey, whatever happened with that situation with your folks? Y'all squashed that? Everything cool? Y'all moved past that? Whatever? Like, what's the update with that?" I mean, from the barbershop to families' houses. I mean, everywhere I go, so many people are asking me that question. So today, this is just basically an update on that. Might touch on Charlie Kirk a little bit. To start off, we're going to start with an update on Lorge and Treeahtus. There is no update. I haven't heard from that guy. I didn't expect to hear from him. There's no update with Lorge Edward. They're saying that he's embarrassed. I would be embarrassed too. Look at his son Treeahtus. I'd be embarrassed too. You said nobody gives a fuck about your house. Nobody gives a fuck about what you got. They're looking at your seed. And if your seed is sorry, that's your legacy. They're both losers right now, sitting in Loser City, Midlothian, the Loser Chronicles of Midlothian. When somebody has nothing but the utmost respect and love for you, and then you disrespect them, you can't get mad when they tell the truth. I told you the truth is a powerful thing. Lorge, I know you're watching. I know you're seeing it. I know that you're the police. I know that your son is the police. Whatever you've been doing for the last 10 years plus, you've been failing. And look at your son. He's a failure. He's a loser, a bum. They're saying that he's on crack. They're saying that he's slow. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Then it got to the point where I was looking at this dude like, dude, if you weren't my brother, I'll fuck you up. Like, and then it got to the point where, okay, now I gotta put pressure on you because our father isn't, and I'm not gonna let you think that you can play with me like that. I have never in life ever heard from Treeahtus. Him just calling me saying, "Hey bro, what's up? How you doing?" Never in life. Why you think none of his other siblings fuck with him? For personal reasons. Just like this, they just don't speak about him. Nobody wants to deal with him. And you the only one to keep bringing this clown around. I mean, hey, we love him. But, you know, we want to see him do well, but he does not give a fuck about us. If he gave a fuck about us, then we'd know that. He's never done anything to show anybody that he gives a fuck about him. I had to ask him one day, man, when's the last time you've asked mom and dad how they're doing? Or just said, hey, let me take you out to eat. Just kind of looked at me like he didn't know this is what the fuck he's supposed to do. This is your fuck up. He's your fuck up. And as far as I'm concerned, like I said, I am not a representation of you. And nobody gives a fuck if you didn't do anything for me or help me do anything and all. Dude, I've been soaring for years. That shit didn't come to a head until just in recent years, where I pulled you aside and I told you the time where you couldn't even look me in the eyes. So man, it's all good, man. I don't give a fuck about that. Like I said, I wouldn't have fucked with you as tough as I did if I really gave a fuck about that. But the truth is just the truth. You're laughable at this point, Lorge. You really are. I told Treeahtus that at the house that day you made that dumbass statement. I told Treeahtus, I said, I really wanted to lay his ass out. Somebody said, no, George, you don't fight your daddy. You don't fight your daddy. The update is that them niggas got me fucked up. I've been nothing but respectful towards you all, showing love, and I just had to stomp down and let those dudes know that they can't play with me the same way they be playing with each other. I ain't got nothing against those dudes. I got plenty of love for those dudes, but I had to go ahead and forgive them. While my pops is still running around here in his feelings and stuff, I had to go ahead and forgive those dudes because I'm trying to get my life right. They say if you don't forgive, you can't get into the kingdom of heaven. So I had to do what I had to do. Fuck them niggas. Until they do right by me. What that lady saying, Color Purple, until you do right by me, whatever she said. I can't rely on my brother for anything besides sitting around and blowing dope. Lorge, don't be embarrassed. Just start doing something. Change what you've been doing. And just know when you see me, you know how to come at me. I'm not going for none of that other stuff. You can keep skinning and grinning if you like to. But I'm not going to be skinning and grinning with you back. That's not how I'm getting down. So update on those dudes. Lorge is in his feelings, and Treeahtus is still a loser, a bum, a vagabond, a nothing. A sorry nothing. Moving on to something else, a lot of people been talking about Charlie Kirk and all that. I didn't know who this dude was until he died. And what I've noticed about him is that the topics that he was having about social issues and this country and all this stuff, the only thing I didn't care for about him, looking at what he was talking about and what he was doing, was his attitude towards certain subjects. And he was talking as if he's a representative of each ethnic group. I just don't understand how people are mad with the black community and HBCUs get threats and stuff when ultimately we didn't kill him. We didn't have nothing to do with him getting killed. I want to also send a prayer out to the 2 young men who got hung in Mississippi a day or so ago. That's very unfortunate. I want to say thank you again to my new subscribers, all 50 of y'all. Blessings to you all. I love y'all. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's happy. Get your spirit right and stop trying to play with people. If y'all haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. People keep saying, man, you need to do some more of them skits. You got to be inspired at times, to do that shit. I really wouldn't mind doing something bigger than that. The skits are shorts, really. I wouldn't mind putting together like a short movie. Don't got to be no big budget or nothing like that, because it's really about the story. Recording it and making people tap in, which is crazy, because if I do 2 skits and just start talking shit on the mic and get 50 new subscribers, imagine if I get some real substance, you know what I'm saying? So for everybody that wants to be on my podcast, you don't have to have a platform. You don't have to have a social media following. I don't care about that stuff, because we just keeping it raw. The bigger you get, you seen what happened to Jimmy Kimmel. You can't even say what you want to say on your own platform. Your own show. You can't even say what you want to say. Like I said, this is not about Lorge or Treeahtus. They've already proven that they're losers. I have nothing to do with them anymore. I know what the truth is. They know what the truth is. And that's why they're embarrassed. I don't think that we're going to get back to how it used to be, like the relationship wise, because of now I see what you're capable of. I never knew, I had heard certain things about my father, and I had seen him how he was with some of his other children, but I had never experienced it for myself. I never thought anything less than great about my father, but he showed me. You showed me, Lorge. You showed me that you're untrustworthy. But this is the thing that I don't understand about them. Treeahtus can get all on social media, disrespect the family, say all type of low down stuff, fuck family and all this stuff, and can be a fuck up for 15 years straight. You can basically say definitely 10 plus. But he can do all this shit and they just be, oh, okay, yeah. They basically act like it don't happen. But as soon as I start doing the same shit, they don't want to reach out to me. They don't want to talk to me or even write the situation. That's, like I said, that's pride. They're saying that he's embarrassed, that he's just embarrassed, 'cause I'm sure he's not used to nobody, let alone his kids, ever talking to him like that or approaching him like this. And the thing about it that he knows specifically is that this isn't just me getting on recording a video and talking shit, and then when he see me, then I'm straightening up, and he knows that. He knows what type of individual I am. He knows based off of how I've treated him, how I hold myself, and based off of the stories that I've told him. I did a lot of crazy shit in my day. I don't talk about it, and you would look at me and you would never think it by looking at me. But I done told him some shit to make him just pause, and he'll look at me for a second. Hell yeah, I lived that life. So that's why he's embarrassed, and he hadn't called me, because he knows that he's dealing with a real individual who does not need him, who's never had his hand out to him. He had never done anything substantial for, especially after he didn't have to. I pray that those dudes see the error in their ways and they doing well in life. He already exposed himself. Now he's in his feelings and he's exposing himself anymore, because some people might be like, dang, he ain't called George yet to straighten, because he can't play that role. He's got to humble himself. And I don't think he's very good with humbling himself, because he's always been looked at as this guy that has it going on. I'm not going to sit and let nobody play with me, especially when you playing with my freedom, you playing with my money, you playing with my respect. I'm not the kind of guy that takes that lightly. I don't give a fuck who you are. A parent, grandparent, somebody in the street, somebody in the workplace. I don't really care. I approach everyone the same. It's just a crazy world we live in, y'all. Thank y'all to the new subscribers. I hope that y'all are enjoying this. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, because this is only going to get better.